eons ago. It's been a few
Yeah.
months. You guys entered the second half of the tomb, and let's see. You found. Let me see. I need to remember this. All right. So, long story short, you found footsteps going north in the second part of the room, a locked door in the south. So you decided to go north. There was a illusion hallway in the north that you figured out rather quickly thanks to the depiction or the path depicted in the riddle tablet thingy. I don't remember correctly, but it's not important. You made your way through that, and then you found a undead Goliath warrior protecting the last resting place of the Silver Warlord, who was...
He gave us a whooping.
Yeah. He was slapping you around, but then again, so did you slap him around. Eventually, you managed to slay him. You found that most of his stuff was magical. He had quite a nice loot. You took it. You checked the other rooms. One of them was a pit trap, one of them was empty, and one of them had the last resting place of the Silver Warlord. And within that tomb, you found, let me see, I have written it somewhere. You did find, well, of course, inside the coffin was a skeletal corpse of an elf wearing a white gown, still
was an
gleaming
orc.
white.
I have in my
Also,
notes that it was an orc.
well, everything's an
that would
orc
be
to
great
you.
if you have to reference back to it later and you actually
Yeah.
just don't remember, so you just think it was an orc.
Well, yeah, clearly it was an orc.
Yeah. Then he had a crown of silver and some red gems in it. There was a chalice within that tomb, and harp, and 2 bottles of wine, like was mentioned in the vision of Jasper, the devout of Dionysus. Also, there was a necklace with a square button wave on it. You took all of this stuff and left. You decided to take a look on the southern door. You found that there was a treasure chest. If I'm not mistaken, Theron and Bob. Wait. I'm
Bobeth
forgetting.
Bobeth has the bottles and the
Yeah.
helmet from the Goliath.
Yeah. I am checking my...
Theron took the glaive.
Yeah, you took the glaive and such, but I'm
Problem
checking...
took the dagger.
Yeah, Volvate and Problem entered the room and opened the chest, which was a trap.
No,
A lot of fire spewed out. Although...
Yeah, I remember that part.
You survived. And you used your staff for healing, right? And that was the point when you left. And that's where we ended last time.
We had a short
After you
rest
had-
after being singed
Yeah.
and scorched.
True. And during that short rest, you did and check some of the magic items, which I don't remember which you checked, but I do believe one of them was the glaive.
yes, I have. I think I have the notes, full notes for the glaive.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing because I see you made the macros.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, that was Spring's inventory. Spring doesn't have
I
the
still have
glaive.
all the keys in my inventory. I don't remember if we let them be, or I probably won't need them anyway, so I should just remove them, right?
I mean, you can just keep them and just.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll just carry. I don't have all of them. I have the cylinder one, the triangle one, the pentagon, and the square one.
The square hole.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll find another suspiciously square-shaped keyhole later.
Uh-huh.
I could just throw the keys at someone.
But yeah, apologies for being late. I was
worries.
I was so used to having a cup of coffee or a beer after work because we get that for free. That I just instinctively sat down with a cup of coffee, and then Shadow and Road was like, "Hey, when do you think Dickham will wake up?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, I need to get home."
It's good that was written then.
Quickly guzzle down the coffee and run. Or
Yes,
It's a
that's
good-
actually exactly what I did, and I handed my empty cup to my roommate who was working at the time. I was like, "Here, take this." In.
Think fast.
Think fast, Chucklenut. Anyway, you have made it your way outside of the tomb,
Uh-huh.
and
What the fuck?
Let's sucking on a pickle.
yeah,
Me too.
there is still the corpses of the trolls that you left singed and burning.
They're still
Uh,
dead, right?
Yes, very dead. They have ceased to be. They're no more. They're ex-trolls.
I am.
Maybe. So, what is your plan? Head towards the temple, take a detour, start a new journey.
Just do a lot of other things. No, I think we go deliver the thing.
Let's go to the Underdark.
Let's dig a
I
hole.
mean, that was one of your ideas last time. Is there a way to Underdark?
Now we'll
So-
probably carefully make our way back to the church with the wine.
Okay.
And suddenly everyone gets very parched, and that's the only thing we can drink.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We come back with the empty bottle to the guy and was like, "Yeah, we had it, but then we got thirsty and
You know, there
What
might
do
be
you-
some.
our cat wasn't very wise, so she decided to drink it."
There might be still a little bit left, maybe. I don't know. It's still good.
And then she ate the bottle.
Why would you do that? So, you start heading towards the temple of Dionysus, and you know that it will take you about a half day on foot to get there, but you know that around evening time, early night, you will reach the temple. As you are moving towards the temple, I would like you guys to roll a perception checks, please.
Huh?
Perception.
Perception.
Are we in a forest?
Yes. Yes, you
Fuck
are.
yeah.
Holy shit!
Nice. I fucking see everything.
Like, I guess we are in a forest.
Fucking look out, Legolas. So, as you are moving through the forest, you start hearing a rustling coming from somewhere north west of you. And it doesn't sound like, any small animal or such. It sounds like something bigger is moving within the forest.
There's a biggest dickus.
And with that 28, Ferron, you're quite certain that it's more than one creature moving with the way of the rustling goes and the snaps and such.
You're being stalked.
No, not really, because you are heading towards northwest, and it sounds like they are coming somewhat towards
They're
you,
coming?
but yes, they're coming for you. Have a towel. And they're like nearby.
Never mind, we're not being stalked, but there are things.
Who?
It's the slime.
Oh god,
No.
he's brought friends.
The slime and the living snot have merged.
Oh no! Fuck.
We must burn the forest. It's the only way.
They will likely pass if we stay quiet.
I do have that spell of yours that could help us.
Yes.
Who?
We should
And
try to
Problem
find.
has turned into an owl.
And then Farron flips through his mind palace looking for the pass without trace.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You cast Pass Without Trace without any problems. Give me just a D20. This is sort of a
D20?
luck roll. Yep, just a luck roll to see what happens.
1.
12. As you're moving along with Pass Without Trace active, you happen to catch a glimpse of another party of adventurers moving towards what seems to be the troll camp. At least they're moving to the same direction as you were just previously. Although this is only you, Ferron, since you rolled a critical success, you do notice that at the forefront of the group, there is a long, slender
Dwarf with one arm.
humanoid.
It's an orc!
Well, it's more like a half orc.
Okay, almost there.
Oh.
You know, long, slender humanoid with partially pointed ears and no tusks and sort of slender face and, you know.
Yes. Classic description of an orc.
Yes, and half orc, definitely. And
I believe in him. He can become a full orc if he tries.
Yeah.
And you almost missed it, but in the bushes and between the trees, you can see a black cat-like humanoid skulking through.
Someone burnt.
He's hiding extremely well within the underbrush, but with your natural 28, you spot him. But unlike Problem,
Someone
with
burnt problem.
This must be solution.
Yes.
This cat-like creature has a mane. A very voluptuous and thick mane that is also black. Bringing the back are two large creatures, what you recognize to be a furbolg and a minotaur.
Mm.
The furbolg and the minotaur seem to be having a friendly, quiet conversation with each other, and they're talking common. but you are not close enough to actually hear them, what they're saying. You see that the quote unquote half orc is carrying a bow and arrow in a sort of ready any moment situation. Like if somebody would suddenly attack them, he would be ready to defend himself. And, well, as for the cat-like humanoid, you don't really know, as he's skulking in the underbrush and between the trees and bushes. You see that the Furbolg is carrying a staff, and the Minotaur, while they have a large club next to them, they also have a drum that they're carrying on their, on a sling on their shoulder. Like a marching drum sort of thing, but not a snare drum.
Literally the fucking copy of our party.
How dare they?
But
Yeah.
this is only you who manages to notice them, as they rolled high enough stealth to be unperceived by even Volva 822.
Oh, damn.
But they have no idea that you are there as a group, as, well, Pass Without Trace.
There is another party. It looks like our party.
Do you see anything that would suggest they are part of the Ogun Might band?
Do I?
You don't see any of overt insignias of them. Those hands holding the oak sort of insignias that you've already picked a few of. You don't see any of those. This seems just a ragtag group of adventurers.
Seems like normal adventurers.
I mean, you
And
could
how
be
many were they in
wrong.
total? 4, 5?
4.
4. They look like our party.
Are they looking for the dungeon we were just in?
I don't know.
The most likely. Well, at
they-
least the tree is a quick
they
pick you
very
away of a
much-
location.
They very much appear like our party. One with a bow, one who is hiding, one with a... Was it a drum?
Yeah,
Yep.
bard, basically.
A drum. And one with a staff.
They're copying us. We did it first.
Yeah, the hiding one is even of feline origin.
Where?
I should not have said that.
There can only be one.
Do I make the distinction that it is not the same as problem?
Yes.
Not a tabaxi.
It is not a tabaxi, but different.
There can
Similar, but different.
only be one.
Hold on there, Highlander.
We need all 3 of us to hold her down.
I'm going to.
We need to get those
warn-
gloves up, so that's not the case.
Don't morb on them.
I'll go
So-
grab Problem by the scruff of her neck.
I do not know where they are going, but they were heading towards the cave, right?
Yeah, it seems like at least that direction.
They are heading towards the cave.
I just
Yeah.
will let them pass.
Somewhat. But yes, let them pass.
at least do not have the spells to fight if it
They
comes
are
to
not
that.
able to track us.
What if one of them has cursed gauntlets?
Then that is
Their
their
cat
problem.
also has cursed gauntlets.
Yes. Mhm.
We have the wine, so we should just
Yeah.
try to return.
The
as fast
faster
as
we
we
can
can.
return with this, the faster we can get your gloves off.
If we see them again, we can gift the gauntlets.
Let's not.
Let's not make enemies.
It's just a prank.
Bro. Well,
I
the
say
time
we
of
try to.
decision is here. Are you going to let them just pass? Are you...
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
I agree.
okay.
Wait, where'd the problem go?
Blood for the blood god!
We just hear a faint.
Rip the flesh!
Rules of nature.
I went out of the Satan's asshole because we are not there anymore.
How dare you?
So, you see the party as they pass you and move towards south, as they slightly, your past almost crossed, but you thought better of not interacting with them. So you continue onwards towards the temple. During the trip, the weather changes slightly from downcast to slightly
Downcast?
rainy.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Sorry. My bad.
Downcast meaning, lots
Yeah,
of
I get it.
clouds.
I get it.
So, unfortunately, you are going to get slightly wet as you're moving along, but that's nothing new for
Mm.
adventurers. And
At least Problem gets a free shower.
Her head is still covered with a skull.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but you might
Well,
also have
good
holes.
thing it's
Some
a
of-
well-made skull. It's not losing its color.
you
Hell
might
yeah.
get
So-
some of the dirt on you off.
But wouldn't it just make it so that all the rot and disgusting shit that's on her that has dried up and gets wet just starts
I mean,
smelling?
yes, you will get
Yes.
stinky, but some of it will also get washed
We can
out.
get the gloves off, and then probably going to have a heart attack realizing the stenches.
Problem's just immediately gonna vomit.
Quickly, we're going to need a sack and a river.
Oh no!
We need to wash this cat.
And then Problem goes,
Yes,
that's where my
wash.
siblings went.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, yeah, I say we head towards the Quirk.
Yep. Okay. You're making your way to the temple. Just a moment. Get an idea. Okay, can't find it. Because I was looking at, for the GIF, an old GIF from I think it's from Tom and Jerry,
Mm-hmm.
where to the gates of heaven, suddenly 3 kittens arrive in a sack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. I was reminded of that because those were my siblings. There's where my siblings went.
They went
Yeah.
into the Tom and Jerry universe.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Hell yeah.
Tangent over. So you make your way to the temple without any problems. It is getting late in the evening, but you do see that a light is glowing from one of the windows in the partially collapsed temple.
Given what that church was about, I hope we don't walk in on something.
Does it still seem like our wagon and horses are there? Or have they been
You
sold
look
off?
around. They are not at the front, but as you go take a look, you find them at the back. Slightly out of sight, so that not every person can see them immediately as they're past the temple. Although this is off the main road, as was mentioned earlier, but still, not everybody needs to see what's at front. You look at the.
Should double found it.
Yeah, I just saw that. Jesus Christ.
Also, are
The worst
are
part is they appear with a water splashing sound.
Yeah.
Are the temple's windows like? Would you be able to see through them if you went next to them?
Well, they're like not windows outright. They're openings at this point because time has taken its course and the panes of the windows have come and gone. It's just openings.
Got it.
There is no window glass there anymore.
Just the frame.
What I'm trying to say. Just the frame. But yes, you can see through it unless you're blind.
Nice. Okay.
Are you going to take a look inside? A sneak peek.
Yeah, it's just a little glance.
You take a little glance inside, and what you see is horrifically normal. You see Jasper, the old caretaker of the temple, and the devout of Dionysus just sweeping away the floor slowly but surely.
But with his
Yes.
cock out.
Huh? Yeah.
No. It would be covered by the burgundy robes.
Which is on the floor.
No. That would be sacrilege.
Shit.
Not part of their fun and games. Sorry. But yeah, you see that Jasper is slowly sweeping around the temple, trying to keep it clean, although it's a little bit of a wasted effort. As mentioned before, part of the wall and the ceiling has collapsed. So some of the dirt and water is getting in from the outside, but he's doing his duty, doing his best as an old man, trying to keep the place clean. But yeah, you check your horses as well, and the wagons, and they seem to be okay. Actually, more than okay, they seem to be content. Jasper has taken good care of them for the little over day you were away.
Giving them some wine.
Nah, just some fermented oats.
Mm. And apples.
Yeah. Once you leave the temple, you notice that for some reason your trips are like 1.5 times slower because the horses are just waving around. But
Well,
yeah,
if no one else does anything else, Volve will head to the door and knock on it.
you knock on the door with your meaty fist, and you get the satisfying. And few moments pass as you start hearing the shuffling of feet behind the door, and in a moment, Jasper opens the door, greeting you warmly. Hello there.
Hello, we have returned.
I can see that. I don't remember what kind of voice I gave him.
Who is him?
Don't mind me just talking to God.
Ah,
I am assuming that everything went well.
yes. As well as you could expect from an old tomb.
Filled with traps
And
Yes,
oozes
I can.
and trolls.
and orcs.
Oh yeah, plenty of orcs.
Yes.
Or
As
statues.
he looks at you, because
Statues of orcs.
orcs. Huh. But I can see that you've gone through a lot. As he looks at you, and I mean, your outfits have suffered from the fights and the traps and everything you've gone through. I mean, Volve did get buried under tons of earth for a
Oh my
moment. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all the burns cover the rubble marks.
Yeah, I mean, you've also healed yourself, but all in all, your group seems fine and dandy, but slightly battered. I think the only exception is Zephyr, who I don't think got hit very hard at any point.
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty
amazing
fine.
notes.
Takes note.
No, you did get hit some few times, but like out of the 4 of you, I think you got off the lightest.
Yeah, I
Next
did.
group of orcs will have anti-air missiles.
Yeah. I mean, we had a roof. I couldn't even use that to my advantage, really.
Next group you meet, they will have 4-gauge shotguns, which is basically just a fucking anti-air gun pipe. Anyway. Well, do come in.
I
Come in.
As he opens the door for all of you, and you enter, slightly dripping water inside, but it can't be helped. Let me get a something to dry yourself on. As he shuffles away and goes to look something that you could use to dry yourself. After a few moments, he returns with some old linens. It's not much, but at least it lets you dry off a little bit.
I'm fine.
You're not, well, you might be fine, but you're dripping wet, and I would prefer not to, have the whole temple desecrated with dirt and whatever is dripping out of you.
Death.
What?
Rot.
Don't mind her.
Blood.
So, you said everything went well. You found the wine, I assume.
We
Was
did
it there
find the
as?
bottles.
Sorry.
We did find the bottles.
Oh, good. Good. So the visions were correct.
Just look him in the eyes and stare at him and the entire time while you chug it.
I mean, he probably wouldn't mind, but your problem might.
Well,
Oh,
they
good,
were
good.
in the coffin of the Silver Prince or Warlord or...
Ah, yes. Well, it was mentioned that they would be there.
And Loveth would take the bottles out.
Oh, they look magnificent. So, you're willing, to do, well, try to contact Dionysus now, or in the morning, or...
I think the faster we get the gloves off our friend here, the better.
Okay, I'll start the ritual. If you would be so kind, could you go and fetch some candles from the cupboard over there, as he points to vaguely to the right of him. And
Loveth would try to find some candles
as I
that
go
way.
find the incense and you, as he looks at problem, just clean yourself a little bit so you're presentable in front of Dionysus.
Do I
No.
take the helmet off?
I mean, it's not the helmet. I'm saying you should dry yourself a little bit so you're not dripping wet like a drenched cat.
She starts scrubbing herself a little.
Do you have a proper bath place or?
We do have a place where you could take a bath if you wanted. Oh, also, here, wait a moment, as he just shuffles off for a moment, and after a few moments returns with another burgundy robe and presents it to you, Problem. You should wear this for the ritual.
As expected.
She takes it.
Yes. So, yeah, you get ready. We need candles, I need the incense, and I need to find the proper lines from the book. Yeah, so this will take a while. You have time to clean up and get ready. We'll see how it goes.
Does she need to be clean for this?
Well, if everything goes well, she will be... Well, it's not a manifestation, but... how would I put it? Dionysus will see her, so... Looking
Yes.
presentable is always a bonus in front of a god. You don't want to look like a street rat.
I see.
Gives a wrong kind of impression.
Yeah, she puts the robes on. That should cover mostly everything up.
Mm-hmm. Will Problem take not a shower, but a bath? Quick bath, at least? Or
No.
will she just go away, scrub herself into those linens a little bit, and just put on the robes?
Yep, just the linen cloths.
Okay. So, about 45 minutes passes, and at the main area of the temple, a ritual site is taking form, or has taken form. And in front of the altar, there is a place where you are told to kneel. On the altar, there is few incense burners and the 2 bottles of wine that you brought. And there are candles around to bring the mood up, as it were. So, Jasper turns to you, Problem, and asks, "Are you ready? I can't promise anything, but this should be enough to bring the attention of Dionysus to you and help you."
Ready as ever.
Okay. Good. And remember, now that you are part of the cult of Dionysus, be polite. After all, he is the god of our religion. But be prepared. As he starts reading from a book, it's a some sort of ritual. In common tongue, he's praising Dionysus and his good features as a god. The hedonism, the revelry, the happiness, all that kind of stuff. And it takes a while. And as he is talking, the air gets thicker and thicker with the incense that is burning. It is affecting all of you as you start to feel sort of relaxed and drowsed. But you're not sleepy. You're just in a, relaxed and good mood. As you are closer to the incense, it's hitting you harder, and it's beginning harder and harder to just keep focus. And suddenly, you're just lose your consciousness for a moment. And when you open up your eyes, you see around you a beautiful sort of a wine garden or a grape garden. And in front of you is a well-built man, tanned, with long flowing black locks. And he's humongous compared to you, watching towards you. And as you're looking at him, he talks to you. "Well, hello there, little buddy. What are you doing here?"
I have come to seek aid.
"Oh. Well, little kitty cat, you've come to the right place. My name is Dionysus. It is great to make your acquaintance, and I do appreciate the sacrifice you brought. Very cheap, very nice. I mean, it's probably nothing compared to the wines that I get up here, but, well, when you drink same thing every day, every night for millennia or two, it gets boring, so a little change does wonders." As he pulls out the 2 bottles out of nowhere and presents them, like, in his hands. This will do just fine. So, little kitty cat, what seems to be the problem? Why are you here? What kind of aid are you requiring, follower?
These gauntlets that were bestowed upon me by my party members are
Don't you lie. I can see through your lies.
my vision. My mind's image is unclear.
Yeah.
I am cursed.
Yes, that you are. And it's harshing the mood quite a bit. So let's get rid of that as he, with a single stride, just appears next to you as a large, tall man, like over 8 feet tall. And he just moves his hands towards the gauntlets, takes hold of your hands for a moment, and just you feel and see a small flash. And at that point, you start to feel warmth and clarity through your mind once more as the curse is lifted. Okay, buddy. That should do it. Feeling better?
I can think straight. Thank you, my lord.
Not a problem. After such a wonderful little sacrifice, this is the least I could do. Well, actually, not the least, but it's within the what I'm willing to do.
I hope our mortal wines are to your liking.
As I said, they're probably not the same quality as what's brewed up here, but, you know, it's different. It's a change. I mean, hedonism and revelry, it requires change as well. You can't just drink the same thing over and over again. I mean, you can, but after a while, it just gets boring.
Would you like to keep the gauntlets as well?
Why would I? They have been cleansed now.
Wait, so do we have the gauntlets but without the curse, or are they just unequipped?
Problem still has the gauntlets, but they are not causing the
Okay.
wisdom hit anymore.
I was thinking that now we have the gauntlets, but without the strength buff. It's kind of
Just
hidden. Would
plain
probably
gauntlets.
appreciate an item that lowers one's wisdom, increasing
The
impulsiveness.
strength was the curse.
In that moment, she tries to start pulling the gauntlets off.
They come off normally. You feel weaker after you've taken it off, but you can take them off just fine.
Now put them back on.
It's still a good item in this case.
Mm-hmm. Well, little kitty cat, oh, I forgot to ask your name.
I'm a problem.
A problem. A fine name.
My
Little on the nose, maybe, but...
I have one friend. She just calls me a prob.
Huh, I see. Well, I would ask you to continue with the religion of Dionysicism and spread it across the world. That way you would have way more friends.
From now on, I'll always drink in your name.
That's a good start. But I would prefer if you would also spread the word of Dionysusism. After all, Jasper is getting really old, and, well, your local chapter has stagnated a little bit.
Of course. If Jasper lets me have these robes,
No,
I will-
that should be fine.
I will get better in the character.
I am pretty sure that if you ask nicely, he will just let you have him. After all, he hasn't had a new member or a convert in like, oh, how long? I don't even remember. 5, 10 years? Something like that.
Of course.
But it's not here or there, as there are worshippers everywhere. But, organized religion is fun and all. I do miss the get-togethers. Wine and food and all the merriment. And what follows that.
Hangover.
Well, something between the hangover and the merriment. But yes. But it's about time you return to your friends. And don't worry, the gauntlets work now as they're supposed to. The curse has been lifted. They still give you the power you seek. But now without the, the mental slowness and being forced to wear them. A really nasty curse, I'd say. But our time is up. So, toodaloo, have fun, and remember to drink in my name, and if you ever need something, bring some good sacrifices. As you suddenly feel a pull, sort of in your soul, and you're suddenly focus back into reality, and you're back at the church, kneeling in front of the altar. You see that the 2 bottles are gone, and Jasper is standing there just finishing the ritual, and he looks at you.
Where did the bottles go for us? Did they just vanish?
You've been having such a relaxed time and you've been concentrating on the ritual, you didn't notice until now that they were gone.
Oh.
So, how did everything go? Jasper asked you. Did you meet our lord, Dionysus?
I was in the presence of a god.
So, everything went as planned.
The gauntlets are curse-free.
That is great. Wonderful in your case.
So how would we go about destroying a cursed magic item?
Just give them wine.
Oh, it's that simple.
Dionysus is a really cool guy. Wish we could hang out more.
You feel some extrasensory improvement of that in your soul problem.
She just smirks a little.
Well, it is good to know that the ritual went as planned. And your curse has been lifted. I assume you're going to stay the night before moving on? I still have the free rooms.
We might as well.
That would be a nice gesture, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. As I said, I don't have much to offer, but I do have rooms and simple food.
How is our wizard friend doing?
Oh, him. Right, yeah. He got a little bit uppity at one point during the night, but this was not my first rodeo putting down a little uppity little man.
Thank you for taking such good care of him.
Not a problem.
How did you put him down?
That's a trade secret.
Exactly like Shadow just sent.
No, he wouldn't use chloroform. He would probably use
Absinthe.
no ropes, paddle, and something else.
Oh my.
Or just make him very drunk.
Ah,
You know,
yes,
butt
Yaoi.
chugging.
I mean, you need to remember that the Dionysus, the god of mirth, excess, and wine. So
Yep. I'm afraid that problem has been spending a little bit too much time with Jacumos to know what a sacrifice is to Dionysus.
Yes, I rinse off.
where is problems printing off?
Is there a window that has no frame?
Yes.
She jumps out of it.
Okay.
Huh.
Do we need to be worried about that?
She might have realized her hygiene condition.
Right. True. She might be looking for like the nearest pond.
It is raining.
So Jasper is flabbergasted. What is problem doing as she just runs, sprints through the closest window that doesn't have a pane and just takes
That's
off?
for problem to know.
That sounds like a problem to me. No, but in seriousness, what is problem doing?
Yeah, she's gonna run off a little bit into the woods and start scratching a fucking huge ass tree.
Yes, my claws. Yes.
All right. Yeah. Once again, I see.
Okay, you scratched the tree to your well, I don't know, to your mind's extent, until you're happy, until your claws are nubs. I don't know how long you're going to scratch, but
I sent the
How
gift
many
in the wrong
weeks has it
channel.
been? It's gonna be maybe 20 minutes.
yeah, probably. Let's see. You took the
Problem is not as stupid now, so surely she'll come
I
back.
think it's, at least 2 weeks.
let me see. I have
Roll a d20. That's the number of days.
It's been 1 day.
I have the note somewhere else. Maybe it's down there. I should really just pile up all these notes into one book, instead of 7 different notebooks. Might be a good idea. But I think it's like 2 weeks since you got the curse.
Hey, that's what I said.
I mean, I think it's about that.
DM stealing your ideas shakes my head.
Yeah. SMH my head.
You're shit out of luck. That's trash. Well, I'll find it eventually, but can't find it now. But I'm going to say about 2 weeks.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, in fairness, that's not a very long time that you've been cursed, but, you know,
It is the
it
problem.
might feel different now that you've been cursed, so.
Yeah, if the others aren't doing anything during that time.
I think we're just getting ready to like, yeah, you know,
Have a rest.
yeah.
Volvaith would just take his pipe out and smoke some with the priest.
Smoke weed every day.
Okay. Problem.
When problem
Mhm.
when problem gets back, it's just, you know, Volvaith and Jasper both are just chuckling in a corner with red eyes. Just passing a pipe along with each other.
We
Okay,
got a
but-
new quest. We need to acquire some snacks. That
How much balance would it take to climb to the top of a tree and just, hang there like a Christmas star?
Start at the top.
Athletics. Give me an athletic check.
Wait, but I'm fucking
Oh,
shit at that.
Without the gloves, yeah.
Well, you need to remember that climbing is part of athletics, so I'll give you advantage because you have the claws and you're a cat on climbing the tree because every cat can do it naturally.
I can
just like dark
finally-
vision.
I can fix my stats. $15.
With 15, you don't quite get to the top of the tree, but close enough. I mean, you need to realize that the trees start to taper off as you. I mean, if you were talking about a spruce or a. What's the other tree type? I don't care enough to look. But usually they get weaker when you get to the tip of the tree. So you don't get quite at the top, but close enough. And you're just dangling there.
Yeah, she's gonna stay there for a while. Just close her eyes, open her mouth, and look at the sky. Not look, but face to the sky.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at the temple, Jasper asked the group, Do you think she'll come back? Should I prepare a bet?
At least hope she'll come back.
Yeah.
Prepare one just in case, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is raining after all.
Is that probably standing on top of the tree?
No, not standing. Imagine
they
just
get-
four claw clinging on the side of the tree, almost at the top. You know, if you've seen cats climb a tree, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're just digging their claws into the tree bark and just just stuck there until they're not. So,
Correct.
nothing special happens during the time. I mean, problem gets a little cleaner in the rain, so that's a bonus. But nothing special happens in the temple. I mean, Jasper offers you some porridge for evening, as he doesn't have much, but he does have porridge.
I politely decline.
I'll take
We'll
it.
let him. We'll let him take the porridge.
Mm-hmm. And how long is Problem going to stay outside? Do we roll?
Farron will
A total less than an hour.
Total less than an hour.
Yeah, unless time will lose meaning when she's enjoying the freedom.
Okay. So in that case, I am going to roll.
It's the slime.
It's
No God.
oh my god, she has nowhere to
Following
fucking
us
go.
the
and-
entire campaign.
Problem will be fucking struck by lightning.
So a little over an hour.
65 hours.
Minutes. I was rolling for 2 hours max. So, about 65 minutes later, an hour, let's just say an hour later, about Problem. You snap back to reality. Oh, here comes gravity. Oh, wait, no. No, I'm not going to make you.
Oh,
You're just clinging there.
No,
Still.
the fucking falling reflex.
Yeah. At first. That's Problem's falling reflex. I'll just come down with the least important part first.
If Problem doesn't come down soon, Farron will put on the fucking gauntlets and pull this beam.
You! Come down from there! No! You're just gonna yell at me! I just saw the gif.
Yeah.
Fucked
Mr.
up.
Incredible shaking a tree trying to get the cattle. But yeah, Problem, you return to the temple with no problem. You have no problem getting down from the
Okay,
tree.
she would still
as you
misty
take your
step down.
Yeah. Poof! You're down at the ground. I mean, you are soaking wet because you've been at the top of the tree. Well, almost at the top of the tree, just getting blasted by rain, so...
Yeah.
But, Are you going through the front door? Are you jumping through the window again?
I think she'll knock on the door and just enter. If the door is unlocked.
You try to open the door, it's not unlocked, but
I
it
would
doesn't
like to
take
lockpick
long.
it.
It doesn't take long until Jasper, or one of the party members who seems to be the closest, opens the door.
Who gets to it first? The lockpick or someone inside?
Someone inside, because lockpicking is not super fun. And also, it's not about the lock per se, it's about the massive piece of wood behind it, keeping it closed.
Okay, I don't think I can pick that.
Sounds like
Sure
you
a
can.
you.
Well, you can jimmy it. I'm just going to roll d4 and... Okay. So... It happens to be Zephyr who is at the door, closest to the door, and opens it.
Welcome back.
As you see a awfully wet cat in front of you.
Come on, say the
Did
line.
you have fun? Don't say that. What line?
Don't
problem
worry
here is
about it.
like a tiny voice in her head going, "This door opens from the other side."
That's one wet pussy.
Right, because I did open.
There
the
you
door earlier.
go.
Sorry, I had to.
I'm done for today.
Because my mind is degenerate.
That was the voice of Dionysus.
Yeah. His presence is strongest in
Alright,
this
cool kitty.
temple.
Did Jasper tell you where the baths are?
He did.
He did?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I did not
Point
actually.
problem in the direction of the baths.
Yes.
Thanks.
The as you come in, you see at the temple area, you still see the burgundy robe and the gauntlets on top of them, still standing near the altar.
She leaves them there for now.
And goes take a bath. Is there anything special any of you is going to do tonight, or do we skip into the morning?
I will look for flies or bugs
Uh,
or snails.
You're feeding a spring, I assume.
Yes.
I'd have to go through my spell list to what to prepare,
Mhm.
but
Yeah. I mean, during the time, are you going to go through all the items?
might as well.
Yeah.
That you picked up from the undead Goliath. Let me see.
I think you at least told us what those items were. I can't
Yep.
remember if we identified all of them.
Well, now that you have identified all of them, let me see. Yeah, you already identified the Glaive of Cold Fire, which does D10 slashing damage, like a glaive, but also D4 of fire and cold damage with every hit.
Right. Yeah,
There
that-
was the Iron Stone of Protection that was hovering around his head, which, when attuned to, gives +1 AC. And then he had the Returning Dagger, +1, which is a dagger. When thrown, it returns to the thrower. Or, yeah, the thrower.
Was the black metal breastplate magical?
Yes, that was 2.
That one I don't have
Identified
noted down.
we identified the dagger, I feel like, already.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
have noted down the glaive, ironstone, and the dagger.
Oh yeah.
So-
I
But the
understand.
The black metal
breastplate.
breastplate is a metal breastplate made out of some strange metal that you don't
Ain't no
recognize.
way.
But the enchantment on it is a +2 to AC and ability to use dash as a bonus action 3 times in a long rest.
And it's what, heavy armor?
I do believe it's medium armor.
Oh.
Let me see breastplate.
Remind me, could you change that to the Munster short rest as the
Medium
long rest?
armor.
Yeah,
Yeah, it takes like half an hour to.
Okay. Just in that case, I am not attuning the per
yeah.
hour.
Breastplate is a medium armor, and it is. I've marked it as armor of haste. So
All right, that's where the whole discussion of how my armor class works came about.
because you had the thingy.
Because I can use medium armor, but you know, I can't.
We'll just use heat metal and try to fuse the armor to your flesh.
Alright.
Or find an enchanter that can move the enchantment.
I haven't updated my AC. I forgot.
Alright, we figured out your AC was wrong, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be 2 or 3 higher. Can't remember.
So we had this, one of the items was +1 AC, right?
Yeah, Ion Stone.
What would like be deemed better for me, realistically? +1 to saving throws or +1 to AC? Because like saving throws is good for concentration, but because I do have the Brute of Resistance, which is +1 to saving throws, but it's not attuned at the moment.
How likely you would be attuned to that +1 AC?
In this case, not at all times, but sometimes. It's not something I desperately need. It was just more, maybe it would be good.
Mhm.
Because that'd be something where it would be most interested out of those.
Oh, okay. Then no problem if you want to take it.
Because Volvate is most likely going to be there to be hit
Yeah.
currently.
Also, there was the black metal helmet with small curved horns, which was a
Young Black Dragon's helmet.
yeah. Well, helmet made with black dragon parts, but yes,
Yeah, not magical.
not magical, but still rare and distinct.
Wasn't there
Yeah,
the
well,
helmet
wait.
of the wise as well?
Yes, you have that too
Yeah.
in your.
True.
You did pick that up. Very ugly helmet, but very powerful as well for.
Can you
off
remind me
combat.
exactly what it did?
Minus
Okay.
charisma plus wisdom?
Right.
Give me a
Minus
second.
charisma. That's why I won't be using it.
Yeah. So it's an attunement helmet. It gives +2 intelligence, +2 wisdom, -4 charisma, and you get proficiency in history, investigation, insight, medicine, cartographer tools, carpenter tools, mason's tools, and tinkerer's tools.
I think we gave that to Feron.
Yeah,
At
but you
least that
couldn't equip it,
I've
right?
I've
I can
noted
equip
down.
basically anything but body armor,
Oh, okay.
I think.
Then we had this silver tankard, which I have noted down that has all of
Okay,
the
yeah, you
wisdom.
haven't identified that yet. Let me see.
Yeah, I need to start moving my quick notes to proper notes.
Let me take a look in a movement. I'll find it. That tankard is a Sage's Tankard of the Fae. It gives a +2 bonus to history checks when you drink from it.
When
And
you drink from it. Okay.
and when you're bearing it or wearing it, using it, having it, you know the general direction of the closest Fae crossing within 60-mile radius.
Huh. Interesting. I'm going to assume it isn't within our plans to go to like the Fae plane at any like in like soon.
Feywild Arc.
Is it an
I mean, you
attunement
could. It would be a fucking nightmare, but you could.
Is it
You
an
gave us the
attunement
item.
Yeah. I'm writing down the stuff it does.
We're level 6.
Yes.
So for that wearing effect, then you'd have to attune it, right?
Sorry?
The tankard. If you want the like the direction of the Fae crossing thing, then
Yes.
you'd have to attune it.
Yes, correct. But if you drink from it, you get +2 to history checks.
Oh, armor of haste. Wow, that's.
How do I add the armor bonus that I get?
So-
Do you do the magic? No, magic.
Do I just
Armor.
do I just put it in the magic bonus?
You could just go to the armor tab and add the armor there,
Yeah.
and then just have a magic bonus there.
Yeah. Either add magic bonus or, just add a new
Yeah,
item.
I'll just add the magic bonus then. Makes it easier for me to keep track of.
Mhm.
Haste. I wouldn't WoW it like the armor of haste even more than that +1 ASC thing.
It's metal.
Oh right, yeah, that's an issue.
So, who is taking what item?
Was there other things? I think. Do I have? Maybe. I should gather all
Is
this.
any of the armor not light? No, is any of the armor light armor? Because that's the only thing I can wear.
No. Currently not.
Yep. That checks out.
Is problem creating a bonfire below the bath?
Yeah, it's getting a bit cold.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Cat
Making a cat soup.
It's gamer girl bathwater.
No. Not bath water. It's bath
No.
soup.
Now filled with shit and also dirt.
Oh, no.
New offering to Dionysus.
It's wine, I swear.
Block. Curse. Curse. Curse.
And if we're lucky, we'll get problem-shaped salt statue.
So the tankard, when it has +2 history checks from when drunk from, does it literally just have to like be filled with water and drunk from, and then you get it?
Yeah. You need to drink. Like, you need to drink the tankard, and you get +2 to the next history check.
So basically, you can do that at any time in that case.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there was like some kind of restriction to it, but it seems like you can do it on basically every check.
Yeah, if you remember to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
But nothing stops you from just, filling it with water, drinking it, and then just, taking the history check that you need. I mean, some cases you don't have the time to do it, but
Yeah.
also, let's see.
My history mod isn't very great, so it is completely fine if someone who's more proficient wants to use that to become very proficient.
I think Problem would have the best history out of all of us.
Yeah, right. Pearl had high int. True.
I'm not. She might also be proficient in history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I have a 0 bonus to history.
Yeah,
No proficiency.
I only have the Jack
Nope.
of all trades proficiency.
No proficiency, but a +3.
I have +0.
I have crippling depression.
I have brain damage.
And the brain damage. And the brain damage.
I think nothing we got applies to me, so just distribute it amongst yourselves. Right, if No, that it's a bonus action because the. I'm trying to remember. So, rogues or thieves or whatever, they have like the cunning action where they can do another dash, for example, right?
Yeah, it's the
You
same
can do a
thing that the
dash for a
armor
bonus
lets.
action, yeah.
Oh, it's for the bonus action.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, they
okay.
can
Because
do
normally, if you
two
take a
dashes.
dash action, it's a action. So
Yeah.
instead of
Oh,
attacking.
they can dash, hide, or disengage as a bonus action.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
I was
those
just
could.
thinking
But
if
this
with the
armor lets
armor of
you
haste.
basically it lets you do a double move as a bonus
Without
action.
using your full turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
as a
was just
bonus
wondering
action.
if it was a bonus action or something separate, because then the armor of haste will suddenly be like triple move.
But it does allow you to triple move, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can
because
dash
you can
as an
still use your
action.
regular action as a dash as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't use the armor of haste and the cunning thing.
No,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be 2 bonus actions.
Yeah.
You can become a really fast thing for a moment.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure Problem can do already.
I'm
You can,
So-
and then also the feline agility, which doubles all of that.
I
Mhm.
mean, I did get a theoretical speed of 240 feet in a round from my monk
Mm-hmm.
slash mystic character, but you know
that's actually
that
the
would have
range of my
required boots of speed.
What
that's
problem
actually the
can
range of my
do?
firebolt.
Problem can do 180 in a turn, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah, but you know,
Because 3 times 30 times 2.
Can Problem wear medium armor?
No.
No.
So
Rogues are only light.
yeah, none of us can use the armor of haste. Though.
I can
I
check.
I think Volbev is proficient in medium armor, but
But it was
But it's
metal.
that's
metal.
all.
yeah.
Yeah. So none of us can use it.
Well, you can always sell it, or you can
Yep.
try and find a enchanter who can, move it to another armor.
Yeah.
The fuck you can do that?
In my games, yes. But just to, since we have about 15 minutes, let's get things at least wrapped up. Problem, you do your bath and such. Are you taking the robes and the gloves?
If no one else will be missing them, she would probably, after her long fucking bath, if Jasper is still awake, she would ask about the robes.
Yeah, Jasper would be awake, and he would let you have the robes, as you, have officially become a devotee of Dionysus.
Nice.
That was one of the requirements for the ritual, and you did join the religion when you came first to the temple, if you remember. But that's been like a few months, so out of game time.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you would have that robe, and as for the gloves, indeed, they are now the robber gloves.
Ogre strength. Orc strength.
Gauntlets of
What's
ogre
ogre
power.
Ogre
Ogre
power.
power.
So they will raise your strength to 19 if it's lower than 19. They have been decursified.
Decursified.
I mean, it is a good thing to have an actual god to just decurse them. You can be sure that they are fucking cursed.
I'm going to play a little prank to these mortals.
I mean, yeah, you could do that.
She's not putting the gauntlets on, at least for tonight.
Are you keeping the attunement on though?
For now. I think,
Yeah.
was it so that as long as the magic item is in close vicinity, you don't lose attunement to it?
Yeah, but you won't get the strength as well because
Yeah.
you're not wearing them. But yeah, you don't lose the attunement. So, the morning comes. Do you have a towel? Oh, no.
During the later hours of the evening, if Problem finds Jasper's wine storage, she would partake.
You do find it, but it is locked. For a good reason.
Okay, maybe she
I
passes then.
wonder why.
But, yeah. The morning comes, and it is time for you to continue your journey towards, I believe it's supposed Pirate Tracks. The hiding Oakenmite bandit that might have more information.
Yes, or the ex-bandit.
Yeah, well, expanded, yeah. Which is to the west. Go west. In the morning, Jasper will offer you the breakfast or porridge. Surprising no one. And yeah, unless you're doing anything special, you will get on the road towards your destination.
Problem would give Jasper and her traveling companions heartfelt thanks during probably breakfast. And
For
then
what?
and then blush under her fur.
Blush under the skull helmet.
Yeah.
For what reason?
I would still be cursed if not from the help of all of you. I
You
think
did most of the work, so it's by your own strength that you got rid of that curse. Dionysus did help, but I was just a catalyst, a interpreter between you two. My part in this was minimal.
in the end it did come to faith, though.
Indeed.
Don't ever they get to meet with a god?
He was very cool.
I got you, kitty cat.
Huh?
Just echoes in his head.
Just within his brain. Problem just now hears God every now and then.
has to do a death saving throw. I got you, kitty cat. That's 20.
No, even better. Oh, I want to have a talk with you. Critical fail. So now that you're here, what do you think?
Hey, party time!
Party time.
Party time.
It is probably gonna take a few days for me to get my normal speech pattern back.
We shall see.
It feels weird. But in a good way.
So, do we want to take our prisoner with us, or can you take care of him until the guards come?
Well, I can take care of him for now.
If you need a dungeon slave, just let us know.
Oh, I don't need a new dungeon slave now.
Yeah. He's all yours.
Have fun.
Muffled scream coming from the basement.
He's
I'll
all
behave, I'll
yours.
behave.
He's all yours for you to do with as you please.
Anything
I-
you want.
I say a bit louder than normal.
Just you start hearing muffled screams of panic from the basement.
Well, I do believe I'll hand you something for your troubles, and Wait would give 20 gold pieces from the group treasury.
That is a very generous offering.
Aye, but it's for the trouble we caused.
Well, it was no problem. And
Hey,
I'll take it with... Sorry?
it was no trouble.
Hmm.
A problem.
No problem.
I will put it towards fixing this place a little bit. It will help. I think I may get the roof fixed. Oh, well, actually, probably need to fix the walls first so the roof can stay up.
Next time we come here, there's just more wine in the cellar.
Change of plans, new priorities.
Listen, the god told me to.
Mhm. But unless you have anything else to do, you take your wagon and your horses and you start moving towards your destination in the west. And this is where we leave off this time. It is a shorter session, but
We got like the in between.
yeah,
Yeah.
in between stuff done. And I am glad and a little sad that you didn't meet the other party. As you
It
expected,
seemed like
they
a
were
risk.
kind of like you.
Yeah, they
I
were
had
kind
that.
of like us, murder hobos. Disgusting
No, not
thing.
in that sense. But there was a ranger, there was a rogue, there was a druid, and there was a bard.
I fucking knew it.
No.
Although the bard was a minotaur.
I'm basically a minotaur, right?
Yeah.
I just thought it would be funny to have the complete opposite.
Yeah. I do approve of that one.
We
Is
might
that
meet
why
them
the
again.
ranger was an orc?
It was a half elf, but I just played into your joke.
Uh,
Also, the cat humanoid was a Leonin,
Yeah.
and we can still
not a tabax.
maybe meet that
What?
party some
Oh.
other random
Oh,
time.
A Leonin.
Yes.
OOC, I knew that.
What?
Right now it
Dude,
seemed
like a
risky
lion
to
person.
engage.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were probably
I like-
evil. Eviler
Yeah.
than us.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Also, I was about to make a joke, but you're streaming.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, we stream all of these sessions. The new
Yeah,
Supreme
exactly.
Squad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Catch it live.
Don't clip it.
Smiley face.
Why is the map moving?
DM's
Because I'm
being-
forcing it to. I have the power!
in here and move everyone.
I can do this if I want to. Behold. Need to find. Ha! But yeah. Also, I do believe that's all for the time being.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get more of a time for the next time.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, this week I'm a little busy, but then I have more time as the schedule shows.
Yeah, when I'm back from England, I should have some time.
England.
England?
You're going to England? You warm, mate? Get some bangers and mash. War.
So somewhere after 30th.
Yes, I'm back on the 30th.
30.
Do you go there for like a class meetup?
Not exactly, no. I'm going to the Comic Con and also like meeting.
Nice.
It sounded like you said something. I'm going there for the for Comic Con, as well as meeting a couple people from POM there, and also two people I got to know and still have contact with from when I studied there.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, looking at Death Frosty's schedule, it'll line up
Mhm.
quite well, since it's either free after 15 or day off.
Pretty much. There are a few days when I don't have time, but that's not too bad. If it's after 30th, yeah, every day is doable.
So should
Right.
we just preemptive pin on 31st? And see if we have
Yep.
to move.
We could do that.
Let me know in the chat what you're planning on.
Mhm.
31st of May. Preliminarily.
Yes. That's preliminary.
That's good. I'm probably doing Saturdays off for the boys doing evening, but before that,
I
I'm good.
am actually off work the 31st, so that also works for me.
sounds good. But I'm ending the stream. Thanks for watch.
Drink piss.